Hey guys, today we're back with another video. Today we're going to be watching some horror movies on YouTube. First up, the person who made this video, I ain't copying your video. I just want to watch it. I'm reacting to it. You know how people react to your videos. So, I should shut up now. Let's start.
My close friends. For disclaimer purposes, I'll be using pseudonyms, as I like to keep the identity of everyone involved in the story anonymous. That
Naruto!
I'll go by Elias Mike. And go by Tom and Jerry, respectively.
Yo, did
They
you?
were all dressed as characters from my favorite childhood cartoons.
And who's the middle?
I was dressed as Naruto.
Naruto.
As that was my favorite anime.
Okay.
Tom was dressed as Goku from Dragon Ball
I
Z.
thought you said knocking.
Jerry was dressed as
something.
Spider-Man, as he was a hardcore fan of the
Naruto.
Tobey Maguire series that aired in the early 2000s.
Yeah, I love Spider-Man and Naruto and Goku.
For
I love
about
all
6 hours
three.
around the neighborhood. I could feel my legs get sore from all the relentless walking and strain from carrying my heavy sack of candy.
Dang, boy.
My bag was starting to get full to the brim. My
Dang.
friends' bags were just as full, as they began carrying their sacks over their shoulders like they were Santa Claus delivering gifts on a Christmas evening. If I had $1 for every candy that was inside my bag, I would have definitely had enough to buy myself a new gaming console. Guys, can we go home? Dude, don't give up yet. We still got room in our bags. Just 10 more minutes, man. You're just saying that because you're practically wearing a onesie made out of women's leggings. At least you don't have to wear this stupid wig on your head. Stop being such wimps.
Oh.
This day only comes once a year, so grow a pair and let's keep going. Jerry began to make his way further down the street, while me and Tom looked at each other with a disdain look that screamed, "Let's get this over with quick." We then proceeded to walk towards Jerry's direction. I recall Jerry already standing in front of a house with his arms extending his bag towards the candy giver saying, "Trick or treat!" I also noticed this one trick-or-treater wearing a Jason Voorhees mask standing behind him. He was a tall and slim kind of guy who was either a really big kid or just an older man who didn't want to give up the trick-or-treating tradition. As we approached another house, Jerry said, "Alright guys, just 2 more houses, then we can bounce." The individual wearing the Jason mask casually inserts himself in the conversation and says, "Would you guys mind if I trick-or-treat with you as well? I lost my friends and don't have my cell phone on me."
I would have said no.
I personally didn't want this guy tagging along as I was already
See?
done with the day and didn't need any further baggage prolonging the night. I casually make eye contact with Tom and Jerry while desperately trying to portray signals to not accept the guy's request.
Do not.
Jerry enthusiastically says, "Yeah, sure, let's go."
You dummy.
Thanks, guys. You made my Halloween
That's
so
a random
much
person.
better. We then
I mean,
proceeded
he has a
on
Jason mask, so that's epic. You Jason, that's cool. But now you don't know.
Frick. Since when was Jerry a shot caller?
Oh, ad, guys, sorry for this. It's an ad. Sorry for that. Oh my God, there's 2. Sorry, guys. I didn't know that ad would pop up. If you don't shut up,
It's done by a smart thing.
we gotta God. It's too sorry, guys. I didn't mean this for to happen. I didn't mean this to happen. I thought we were just going to be able to watch a whole video. So if you watch this, you're going to have to see the ad and listen, I cannot skip it because I'm doing something. As you can see, I'm doing something. I'm holding the camera. My flipping hands hurt.
After about several minutes of trick
We're back.
I could honestly say that I didn't mind his company, as he seemed like a nice guy and introduced himself as Jason. No pun intended.
Whoa!
We eventually
His name
finished
Jason?
trick-or-treating and decided to
I
call
thought he was.
Myself, Tom, and Jerry say our farewell to
Jason,
Jason as
yeah.
he responds saying, "It was
His real
nice
name is
meeting
Jason,
you
bro.
guys. Just
Sorry.
out of curiosity, whereabouts do y'all live? Maybe
Oh!
walk with y'all home."
Smack him!
Again, Jerry sporadically discloses the name of our street to him as me and Tom expressively show our disdain to Jerry for revealing such personal information.
Dummy.
Well, how ironic. I live around y'all's area too. You guys mind if I walk home with you? Me
No.
and Tom remained silent as we made it pretty evident that we were upset at Jerry. Dude, I don't think my friends want to go. You guys look awfully tired. Just to make y'all feel better, I do know a shortcut if you're trying to avoid the...
Don't listen! Don't!
Yeah, sure, dude. Count me in, dude. Where's it at? Jason then points his finger in the direction of an entrance of a forest preserve and says, "We'd have to walk through there. There's a path that could get us home in about 10 minutes.
You sure ain't Crystal Lake in there.
I'm gonna have to pass. I don't like deer, and I'm not trying to get eaten by a bear today. Screw it, I'm going. Same. I want to get home faster, dude. Later, Jerry." Me, Tom, and Jason begin making our way inside the forest, while Jerry casually hangs back to go to his alternate direction home. As we got deeper into the forest, Jason took out a flashlight from his candy bag and began to flash it towards the pathway ahead of us. Well, I wouldn't really call it a pathway, as the entire ground was covered in dirt, leaves, trees, and bushes scattered everywhere. I remember walking for about 10 minutes, but in reality, it felt like 30. His directions were precise and his voice was comprehensible. I understood every instruction he was directing us to walk in, but couldn't digest why the
If I was Naruto or Goku, I would go with
I completely
Spider-Man.
ignored the fact that it was well over 10 minutes. For better context, me and Tom were leading the walk while Jason shined his flashlight from behind while giving
Yo, what is that noise?
Yo, are we there yet?
Yo, shit, I'll be right back.
Killing me, man. Dude, when are we gonna make it home? It's been like 20 minutes already.
There.
Shut
up! Boys.
Yo, shut up!
Down the forest.
Yeah, I'm gonna go check it out after this video. Shut up!
Only to see
The
him
video
wearing
was like
his
2
mask
hours and
still,
something long.
despite trick-or-treating
It's only
being
3
over.
videos. Aw,
I started to feel a little
Stop.
uncomfortable.
it's 3
and
videos.
began questioning the
3
guy's
trick or treat
integrity by
videos
saying,
that based on true story.
"Dude, why are you still wearing your mask? And I'm starting to believe you're not leading us home."
Stop!
Jason then points at 2 shovels sitting on a small area of open dirt and says,
Both of you, pick up the shovels now!
Dude, what's going on?" Jason then pulls out a long machete from the back of his pants and says,
Pick up those shovels and start digging a hole!
"What?"
Do it, weeb! Dude, please, just let us go! Pick up the shovel and start digging, Naruto! This is your last warning that I'm
Do
killing
it!
you both!
Bro, I would've
Tony
ran.
and Tom pick up the shovels and frantically start digging. In the back of my head, I was legitimately contemplating putting up a fight
Wait,
with
dig
Psycho
and
as
then
he was
push him
trying to
in
one with the
and
aid
bury
of the
him, bro.
shovels.
Bury him.
Unfortunately, I couldn't muster up the courage to put up a fight against him, as I didn't want to run the risk of mine or Tom's head getting chopped off. About 15 to 20 minutes later, me and Tom dug a hole big enough for the both of us to fit inside it. As we were about to make our way out of the hole, Jason shouts,
Don't move! Stay in the hole!
as he forcibly grabs both the shovels away from us while holding the machete against us. Jason then tucks the machete inside his pants, grabs one of the shovels, and begins burying us alive with the dirt we just dug out. I began to feel my vision getting blurry as the overwhelming amount of dirt he was tossing at us impaired my vision.
Please, I don't want to die! I'm too young for this, please!
I would've said the
Please, let
same
us
thing and
go.
start
Why are
crying.
you doing this? We're only kids!
All I remember thinking about in that moment
Bro, if I was that black kid, I would've ran back, pushed him
was
in,
literally
bop,
going
bop,
to share
bop.
the remaining moments on Earth being
He
buried
kept
alive
punching him.
with my
I'd be
best
like,
friend.
leave my friends
I was at
alone,
the
bro.
point where I had already accepted death. I recall the taste of dirt and dead
Whoa.
bugs going inside my mouth.
Great,
The
that's
sensation
good.
of dirt hitting my skin. was
Eat
all-
some bugs.
That's when I heard a loud thud like he had just bashed Tom's brains out. I couldn't hear or feel any more dirt hitting the surface of my face. I rubbed my eyes to clear my vision, only to see Jason laying face down on the ground unconscious,
I just
with my
recon
other
the
friend
movie.
Jerry holding the shovel. Me and Tom then dig ourselves out of the hole and hop back to ground level. Despite surviving the catastrophe and being able to run away scot-free, I grabbed the machete from the back of Jason's pants. I then held him up by the forehead and began hacking at his neck, slicing and dicing repeatedly. I eventually decapitated his head while my entire Naruto costume was covered in blood. I remember seeing my friends nonchalantly watching me with a
I would've
emotion,
screamed if I was Goku.
almost like my sadistic actions didn't even faze them. I then pushed his body into the hole as my friends began to collectively bury him. As outlandish as the story sounds, it was a true story that actually happened to me. I always wondered what heaven would be like if I was to die alongside my friend Tom that night. Jerry was initially supposed to head home, but decided to follow us as he saw the machete tucked in the back of Jason's pants. He began to directly follow behind our footsteps and unexpectedly witnessed the altercation go down. As we were getting buried alive, we used the opportunity to knock Jason out with the second shovel sitting behind him. I still don't know to this day if his remains were ever discovered. All I know is that I had a deadly conscious seep inside my head that night. But at the same time, a hint of satisfaction.
I'm off Tuesday. I'm off Tuesday, and I'm not y'all Wednesday.
So what?
Y'all got school Wednesday.
We don't got school Wednesday? Okay.
You talking about this Wednesday? Yeah.
Yes. We don't got it,
We don't got it Wednesday, Thursday, Friday.
Yep.
Y'all don't go back to school till Monday.
Yep.
You some bougie. How's different bougie? Some bougie Thanksgiving break still.
It's Thanksgiving,
We
right?
only get 3 days out of school.
What you-
Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. Then we gotta go back Monday.
Tuesday supposed to be a...
You get one 3 days.
You really have to watch them closely, especially if you raised a couple of imbeciles
Right.
like I did.
Wednesday, Thursday,
We started
Friday,
just before
Saturday,
nightfall
Sunday,
because I
Friday,
didn't want them to be around other
Do not ban this video, YouTube. Sorry.
Let them walk ahead of
For that part, I tried to blanket because I didn't want to see it.
Sidewalk.
Sorry.
I trusted them that much, and I wanted them to feel like they got the full experience
Don't
without their
apologize.
dad hovering over them.
Okay.
About 2 hours after sundown, I was starting to see the
Yes,
Hooters,
it is, Ryan.
so I was ready to
How
turn
many days
back
you got
and
of
head
school?
home.
Come on, 3 days.
Come on,
out of school.
kiddos, let's go home
You
so you
got
can eat
a
all
whole
that
Friday
candy you
out of
piled
school.
up. Oh,
No, it's basically 3.
Yep. Can't stay out too much longer or Mom will start to get worried about you.
No, it's basically 3.
can we at least hit some
No,
houses on the way back?
shit. If you
Sure
think
thing,
about
buddy.
it, you got
So, we started to
you
walk
got
home.
Wednesday,
To my
Thursday,
surprise,
Friday,
we'd ended up wandering
3,
into
and
a
then
part
the
of the
weekends
neighborhood I
don't
wasn't
count.
super familiar
Weekends
with.
do count.
I
Yes,
got my
they
phone
do.
Put in the GPS route so we
Ryan!
but unfortunately I got
You're a 2-year-old.
looking at all the costume photos my PTA friends were posting of their children.
The weekends
Suddenly,
don't count.
I bumped
The
into
weekends
my
do
kids.
count. How does that
Dad,
count?
can we trick or
They're
treat
not even
them?
a school day.
My youngest son
It
pointed
still
to a house
counts.
I'd
Yes!
never seen before. It was set all the way in the back of the lot, as if they
I'm
traded
surprised
all
you
their
knew your
backyard
mom's.
space for a ridiculously long front yard. I couldn't
like
tell
you,
if it was
at least I know
supposed to be
my time.
decorated for Halloween or Christmas.
Well, I thought you
But
said
either
plus
way,
earlier.
they'd
Leave me
gone
alone.
well.
You don't even know your days.
It looked like a
Shut
life-size
up.
gingerbread house with all sorts of candy
If I do-
ornaments, licorice,
No,
icing, and
you
candy
got
canes
three
that
days. I
created
do
a
some on my
sugary
days. I
runway
was
straight to
just-
Okay, Monday. Wait, it's Sunday, Monday, Tuesday,
They ran
Wednesday,
off
Thursday,
immediately,
Friday,
So I decided to
Saturday,
the sidewalk.
and that's it. I already said Sunday. Sunday's first.
I looked up at
Right?
my phone to
Or
see
it's
the
Monday.
ugliest old
Yeah,
lady
it's Sunday.
I'd ever seen open the door and greet the kids.
Right.
Don't judge, John, I thought, averting my eyes. Your wife might look like that one day. But when I looked up again, the next thing I saw were my kids walking into
Why
the
would
house.
you?
What the? I ran up
Why
to
would
the
you let
door
your kids go in that house?
but it was locked.
Kick the door open.
I
Kick that
banged
door
on the
open.
door like I was trying to beat it down, but no one answered. I was starting to panic, hyperventilating. I peeked in through the window, and what I saw made my heart jump out of my chest. There were metal cages hanging from the
Please
ceiling,
don't ban me
piles
for
of
the
little bones
part
on
where
the
he cut off
floor,
his neck.
and a coat of
Sorry,
garbage and film over
YouTube, please
everything
don't
else.
ban me. I should have covered the screen. Sorry, that is violent. So, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm just gonna.
No,
and
don't
chucked
nobody
it through
care
the
if it's
glass.
violent.
It didn't fall
I
away
don't
as
even
much
watch
as I'd
them
hoped it
TikTok
would,
videos,
but I already
YouTube
felt
videos, they
like I
got a
was running
person
out of
hanging
time.
cut off.
I climbed in over the
Some people
jagged
don't.
shards, getting cuts in plenty of places I wouldn't like to talk about. Inside, I heard the crackling of a raging fire. I followed the sound to the living room, where the old hag was
He's talking
tending
about
the
his
towering
arm.
flames in the fireplace.
Why
My
didn't you
kids,
just say that? He
the
covered it up
dunces,
and
were
said,
already
"Ah,
wrapped up
his
in
son!"
on the floor.
Oh, Pikachu
They
and
weren't even
who's his
struggling.
name? I forgot the boy
What are you
name.
doing here? Just then, the wrinkly hag spooked and jumped up, turning around to face me. Without thinking I charged
Shut
and
up.
punched her right in the face. She fell back
Hey,
on the floor,
how?
flurry of
Holy
flames and
snap!
embers, screaming horribly and rolling on the floor with the veil. She succumbed quickly. Tearing my eyes from the sight, I rushed to my knees and started to undo the locks on the cages. Dad, you're ruining everything! Yeah, now we're not gonna get any candy. I hate you. What did you just say? I hate you. I hate you. Fine. Stay in the cages and think about what you've done. Wait, Daddy, don't leave. Dad, no. Come back. Get us out. We're sorry, Daddy. Please, let us out. We're sorry. We're sorry. Please don't leave us here. Let us out.
Maniac! Okay, here's the last one video. Story 3, that is the end. True Trick or Treat horror story. We had the other 2. Here's the last one.
Story always asks me why I never go out for Halloween anymore. I tell them the reason is because I'm too old now. But only my boys, Josh and Tyler, really understand. But even they don't know everything. I've barely had the strength to tell anyone in person. Hopefully this will get it off my chest. It started out as a textbook night of hooliganry, with far more tricks than treats on our part. We jumped out of bushes and scared plenty of little kids. We stole about 8 bowls of candy from front porches and played chicken with just about every car that drove past us. Our sacks were bulging with candy, and our heads were even more swollen with ego. Josh was holding his candy sack between his legs. Now this is how you go trick-or-treating. Tyler was smart. He was ready to turn in. We should call it, boys. I don't think we can carry much more. I'd call this a success for the history books. I'm ready to begin the feast. I had a little more room in my pillowcase, so I was still willing to push my luck. Come on, guys, one more score. Fine, but just one more. I'm getting tired of hauling around all this loot. I led them around the corner and hustled down the
Jazz.
Then I
It's
saw
too late.
Smell like booty.
the house that would be the
Ryo!
all the bad karma.
Can you
built up
stop?
tonight. Look at that, boys. Whoa.
No, actually,
There
look.
ain't no way, homie. Nuh-uh. It looked like a condemned trap house turned haunted murder manor.
Yo, did you not
A
see that?
winding path of cracked pavement crept up to the front porch, on which
Enter
there were
if
no
you
signs
dare.
of life nor
On the
candy.
board, it says enter if you
But
dare.
all over the house were
Just in
obvious
case you
signs
can't
that
read
this
it.
property was meant for the fright of trick-or-treaters. Fake spider webs were draped over the windows.
And
A
real
single
humans.
skeleton lounged in the rocking chair by the door. The lawn was littered with foam tombstones and animatronic creatures of the night. The typical tarantulas, zombie torsos, and rodents of unusual size. But the most unsettling and brazen ornaments of all were the mutilated mannequins skewered on spikes lined up along the path to the door.
Oh.
I believe we met our match here, boys. Let's go home. Yeah, man, we should
SpongeBob,
really get out of
Squidward,
here.
Patrick.
Oh my god, you guys are wimps. You know this is all fake.
Patrick
I don't
ain't a
know how
wimp.
Such a boneheaded sense of bravery came over me. In that
Patrick
moment,
said, I ain't a
but
wimp. I've been
stands as one of my
SpongeBob.
life's biggest
Yeah,
regrets.
I'm leaving.
Whatever,
Duh.
I'm going in.
Why would I would go?
You're nuts, dude. For
Yeah, I
real,
would've said
you're on
the
your
same.
own.
If I was Squidward or
already
Patrick, I would
halfway
have said
to
the same thing.
porch. Whatever, just wait for me out here.
Patrick, you're
I
nuts.
climbed up the creaky steps and examined the skeleton that
N-U-T,
greeted
right?
me.
N-U-T, right? Nuts.
There were fake cockroaches in his lap and in his eye sockets. His bony hands held a sign that read,
Enter there.
Pretty
Bro!
fries, toast.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. I pay the bills around
No, my
here.
brother won't shut up.
So cheesy.
No bills or anything.
The front door
Yeah,
was
you
heavily
heard that,
splintered,
did
Yes,
and
I do.
someone had splattered fake blood
Yes,
all
I
over the
do.
handle.
One time
Inside,
said, "Who bought
I
this
heard
house?"
faint screaming and shattering glass, but nothing that couldn't be
George?
spooky ambience from hidden speakers. I looked back to
Mr.
my
George
friends.
did.
They were
First of all, who paid the house anyway?
Mama, duh.
Wait, but if she did, who bought the house?
Her, duh.
But then who built
hard
the
being
house?
bored and digging through their sacks of
Oh,
candy.
shut up.
I had
Yeah, you heard what I just said. Who built the house?
when I turned the door handle,
Ha!
the fake blood smeared
Oh,
all over
sorry.
my hand. Ew, gross.
They ain't
I
fake
pressed
blood.
on and entered the house. The interior had the same aesthetic. More spider webs and fake skeletons. But this time, the rats and cockroaches were real. They scurried around my feet and fled from my presence. I walked as quietly as I could down the long, narrow hallway, but every floorboard creaked and groaned under my weight. Then, I started hearing it. The sound that echoes in my nightmares to this day. Thumping, like someone pounding on wood, and with every strike, a horrible squelching, followed by a bone-chilling scrape. Thud, squish, scratch,
Oh
thud,
my
squish,
god!
scratch. My heart started pounding.
He has a weapon and
I
just
wasn't
stabbing
feeling
some.
nearly so
Oh my
courageous
gosh,
as
I'm not gonna
before,
watch
but
anymore.
I still wasn't ready to give up.
Hey, somebody
I
share
desperately
this to
wanted
Corey
the
X.
king-size prize at the end of
Call
this
Corey
terrible
X
hallway,
Kitchen.
and the
So Corey
famous
X-
business. The sound grew louder and louder.
Bro,
as
you
I
hate your
approached
brother
the doorway
legitly.
on my
You said
left.
you called me stupid.
I knew that was where the sound was coming from. I crept up to the hole in the wall and tried to steal
Don't
myself,
scare me, bro.
hyping myself up to get the bag and flee.
Don't.
But
Why am my
the
screen
light
he's white?
shone through the doorway, casting a shadow on the floor before me. I saw the shape of a man with a long knife in his hand, swinging down his blade again and again in perfect sync with the sound. Thud, squish, scratch.
Please
I
tell
tipped
me
my
it's some
head around the
food.
corner and peered into the
Please.
I couldn't believe what I saw, but I'll never forget it. There he was, the man with the knife, dressed in a bloody coverall with messy slicked back hair, and a mask that looked like the severed face of his victim. He had the still bleeding corpse of a man on a butcher block, and he was chopping the body to bits. I watched him do it several times, frozen in fear. He slammed the blade into the flesh, slicing through bone and all, spewing blood in every direction.
Don't nobody want to watch that.
Then, he carefully removed the edge
Stop
of the
moving.
block with one
I
slight
tried
push.
to turn.
He raised his hand up high,
Stop.
ready to repeat
Stop. It's a YouTube video.
of his victim.
This is worse violence.
Methodical. Thud.
I'm the only one who can watch it because I'm not looking. I close my eyes.
Michael Myers fanatic.
Okay.
This was Michael
Wait, is that Michael Myers?
in the flesh.
I gotta
and
blink
in
my
the
eyes to
spirit.
see it. Oh yeah, that's Michael Myers. I'm gonna close
Pace
my
and
eyes.
desperation of
If
my
you can hear this, I'm sorry. Do not ban me, YouTube. Do not ban me.
His head towards me. This reincarnation of Myers must have been some.
I'm not showing it this one, okay?
The scream that
'Cause
he
this one's
let
a lot
out.
violent than the first one. Okay.
I saw him step toward me and I bolted, dropping my sack of candy on the floor. I slammed the front door behind me and jumped off the porch. I lost my footing and skidded down the pavement, scraping to a stop right where my friends were sitting on the sidewalk.
I would say, get up, bro. Get
Please,
up.
Ken, what got into you? I clambered to my feet and said only, "Run!" What?
Run off with no sense.
Just then, Michael kicked down the door and started running towards us at full speed. We dropped everything and split up, sprinting away as fast as humanly possible.
I wouldn't
Later
split
that
up.
night, we met up at my house. I was very happy to see that none of my friends were hurt, but they were pretty upset with me. Dude, why'd you scare us like that? Yeah, you made us drop all the candy we had. If you hadn't spooked us, we'd be eating like kings right now. Guys, you don't understand. That was real. No way, dude. It was just some guy dressed as Michael Myers. He just got you so good you made us think he was real for a second. But come on, all that stuff was fake. Yeah, man, you said it yourself. You should have just left it alone if you scare so easily. Come on, guys, you gotta believe me. Yeah, we believe you're a wuss. No matter how much I tried to explain to them,
I would have smacked both of them so hard. Saying, if you don't believe me,
Still good friends.
I'm gonna take off your
They stayed
hat
over at my house for
and
the
chew
night
it
for
up
our
like he was beating at me with his
My
knife.
mom gave us all the candy she had left over from the trick-or-treaters, which almost made up for our lost loot. For a moment, I started to believe them. That this was all fake and I'd gotten thoroughly pranked by some creepy
How was
loser
that
in an empty
fake?
house.
I mean, the YouTuber video, I had to hold the camera.
Shattered
Just how disgusting it was.
We came out to the living room where the news was playing on the TV.
Holy,
A
Squirrel
terrible
looked ugly.
tragedy occurred last night in the midst of the Halloween celebration. Police say their main suspect is a man dressed as the popular horror movie villain Michael Myers from the Halloween franchise, who was spotted before sunrise this morning reportedly terrorizing children while armed with a knife.
y'all thought it was fake. Okay, the day YouTube video ends. Hit the subscribe button, like the video, and that is
his tongue is how another person.
okay. I'm just gonna leave.